Okay. Hello and good morning. We're doing yoga for back and we're doing it in the chair. Yoga for energy, yoga for healthy backs. You're going to follow along with me. So if you've ever felt like yoga isn't your thing, it's too much up and down from the floor, this whole sequence is in the chair. Well, we will stand up for part of it, but we'll be using the chair. So you have the support system, support of the chair. So to get ready and comfortable, come to the edge of your mat, maybe halfway between the front and the back, enough so that you feel stable, that it's not going to tip over. Now your hips are strong and planted into the chair, but that your back isn't slumped. So we're going to sit up strong and tall. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, just to get steady and connected. Notice the rise and fall of the chest. If you can, place a hand on the belly and breathe into the belly. Not that your lungs are actually in the belly, but the displacement when the diaphragm is pushing down, the space opens the belly up and it relaxes. That gives us more breath and more lobe lung capacity. And then as you exhale, you'll tighten the tummy. Inhale and exhale like you're blowing through a straw. Place the hands on the knees and continue in this way to connect to the breath. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you start to notice that the expansion is happening in the rib cage and the lower part of the torso, not just in the upper chambers. And this is good if we want to expand the full range in the torso with the breath. Keeping the mouth closed, exhale through the nose, inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. And in this way we elicit a more complete response from the parasympathetic nervous system. We bring it on board, so to speak, and hijack the sympathetic fight, or freeze, but coming into that more calming energy. Just breathe in and breathe out, lengthening each breath. We're going to put this together with some movement. Seated Sun Salutations, also helpful in stretching the low back. Just a note, if you have low back issues, when you lean forward, do so with a more straight spine so that as you lean forward, it's not pushing back through the hips and compressing the spine or the disc that might be at risk. So just watch that. Seated, and we'll start with the arms at your side, raise them up overhead. That same deep Ujjayi breath is what we call it. The inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, bring the hands to the knees and fold forward. And the diagonal, inhale, lift the heart forward, shoulders back. And then exhale, we'll take it a little bit deeper, bringing the chest to the thighs and rounding over. And then bring it back to center on your inhale, arms reaching to the sky. And we'll repeat that same action. Exhale, place the hands on the knees, lean about halfway. Inhale, lift the heart. On the inhale, we're opening more. On the exhale, it's a softening, a drawing inward. And we'll take this all the way towards the knees. Come back to center, sweep the arms overhead. So a third time through. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands to the knees for support. And on this third time through, we're going to hold that forward fold. So inhale, chest lifted, shoulders back. Exhale, we'll lean forward and pause here. And you can even let your forehead drop towards the knees if this is comfortable. And if you'd like, walk the hands down to your feet and support this forward fold with the hands on the thigh or on the floor. Choose what works best for you. Take 3 deep breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Holding this last forward fold, and then we'll pick it back up. Again, very gently, one hand at a time. Raise the torso. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. And then exhale, take the hands back down to your side. We'll hold them in the lap for a moment. Do warrior one. So this shift will be bringing the right leg off. I'm going to take the corner of my chair. The left leg is going to extend out. So I'm essentially, it looks like I'm in a warrior posture. I'm going to turn more towards the corner. So my leg's going to come forward just a little bit more. And then we'll take one elbow to the thigh and reach the opposite arm up and over. As you plug into the earth with the outer left leg in this case, in this scenario, we can feel a more opening happening along the side body. Full deep breath in, full deep breath out. One more time. And then to come back up, same way we came in, we lift the arm, pull the leg back to center, and we're on the chair. I'm going to scoot my chair back and take it slightly to the diagonal. So I'm in the corner of the chair. It gives my sit bones something to rest on. And then my thighs actually have a little more space for movement because they're off the chair. So you can see that I'm really right on the corner of the chair. Placing a hand on the thigh with an elbow bent or the forearm coming all the way down. Your choice. Bring the right arm up and over. And if you have that range of motion, bring the bicep to the ear. Alternatively, the arm range can just be placed hand on the waist and concentrate on more opening through the heart and chest as we pause to breathe and we hold this posture. And simply come back out. So you'll bring the upper arm to the waist if it's not already, lifting the torso and bring the legs back together. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see next, but you can stay straight on. I still have my hips centered on the chair, hands to the knees, feet flat on the floor. If you have short legs, it's helpful to prop them up, maybe on a book or a block. In my case, this feels pretty good. Inhale, lift the sternum to the sky. Call this cat-cow. Exhale, rounding in our chair. So seated cat-cow. The inhale is more opening, lifting, extended, strengthening. The exhale is more reflective, closing, bowing forward. We get full range of motion through the spine. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale, straight lift, and exhale. Very good. And come to center and just notice how you feel. You can pause the video here. This is enough for one day, or continue on, we're going to take a stand. And before you stand, so often we'll use our arms to help us lift. And I want you to just try leaning forward, push the weight into the feet, perhaps use the hands on the knees, and then use your quadriceps to lift out of the chair. And then when you sit back down, we're doing the same thing. And in this way, we're using the muscles in the legs and toning them. So again, a slight leaning forward. Use something on the sides to assist, and or move into this lifting all on your own. So we start strengthening the legs and sit back in the chair. One more time, all the way to standing. So it took us 3 stands. We're going to hold the stand and then turn and face the chair. If it's easy for you to do, you can flip the chair around. So now I have the back side to me. Not wholly necessary, but I think it's helpful. Place the hands on the chair and walk the feet out, making a teepee. This is our downward facing dog. Keeping the head above the heart. You can pause here for a few breaths. If this is comfortable, your arms are holding you or you feel firm in the belly, you could take this back a little bit. So notice I'm not really walking the feet back, but I'm bringing the torso level or parallel to the floor, level with the hips. I walk back slightly. Keep a tone to the ribs drawing up and in to protect the low back, and I get a full stretch through the arms and shoulders, and take a few breaths here. And this is a much more energizing. Obviously, you have to use more muscle to hold the posture. I'm pushing down on the top of the chair. Micro bend the knees. We don't want to hyperextend here. But I am lifting the sit bones up, and that gives me a stretch along the back side of the legs. And the whole side body is lengthening. And that's already 5 deep breaths. And then to raise back up, we come into that teepee type action and start walking the feet towards the chair. Awesome. I'm going to flip the chair around. Again. You can decide to flip the chair or just go on the other side. I like having a chair on my sticky mat surface because it gives it a little more stability. So bring a knee to the chair and step the right leg a little slightly wider. So I'm doing this slightly wide stance. I have the chair for support, one hand on the back of the chair and knee on the front of the chair. Make sure that's pretty stable, that's not going to wobble. I'm going to put all my weight straight down through the legs of the chair, not all, half. And then half of my weight through the right leg. Reach the right arm up and we'll take a crescent moon. So with both arms straight, I feel a stretch. If you want to go deeper, we start bending the elbow and lowering the torso up and over. So it feels like an arch of a candy cane. 3 deep breaths here. Remember to turn up the corners of the mouth so you have a little smile, hint of a smile. Relax the jaw and come back up. Press a straight arm, reach to the sky, and bring the hand down to your side. Now I'm going to flip around to do the second side. So you see this from the back. We'll place a knee again on the chair, half the weight into the arm, stabilizing the chair, half the weight to my left leg, bring the left arm up and over. Keep your gaze straight to the side wall, hold here for 3 breaths. And if you like, experiment with the arm and see if it feels, what position feels healthier. and more therapeutic for you. I'm going to take it all the way up and over, and then we'll come out gently. Again, both feet firmly on the ground, facing you again. Similarly, this is a triangle pose, and to get the reach, I'm going to flip the chair around. So now I have the back of the chair here, a standing triangle. So my feet are parallel. You can see they're both facing forward. The leg that's closest to the chair, I'm going to turn that toe at a 90-degree angle. So it's now facing the chair. Place a hand on the back of the chair and get as wide of a stance as you are comfortable with. So I'm taking it all the way to the back edge of my mat. And then I'll bring the right arm up, bend the elbow, and take this as far forward as is comfortable, and also giving me an edge, a challenge. So challengingly comfortable. And bring the forearm across the back of the chair, holding 3. Deep breath in, deep breath out, 2. One more breath. Press through the top leg, come back to center. And we'll repeat that on the second side. So bend the knee, step in. Now both my feet are pointing to the side. I'm going to keep the right foot in that position. Step back with the left and pivot on the heel. So I now have 90 degrees angle in the feet. Place the hand on the back of the chair, lift the left arm up and over. If you like, dip your foot into the pool as deep as you'd like. And if you have a great amount of stress on the leg, put more weight in the arm. Play around with how high up you are and how close you are to the chair. That's already 3 breaths. Push down through the feet, hug to center line with the heels, and then that will help raise you up so you get that deep support. Turn towards the chair, back foot steps in. And we're going to take a seat once again for our back bend. So I'll again show it from the side so you can see what's happening. So take a seat. I'm going to hold the chair here with the hands could possibly be behind the hips. You can see I'm going through the chair leg here. I'll push down into the chair to lift up through the chest. So my grounding cord, sit bones, feet, and the hands allows me to really open the chest to a greater degree. And energizes the whole body. We call that Brahmana, which is to accelerate the energy. Now, when we energize too much, too soon, too fast, we get tired after. But just the right amount can help energize and promote more focus and concentration in your day. Just changing the space, the shape that we're always in, right? I like to tell people, you're not in, when people say, oh, I'm not in good shape. No, we're actually in the shape we most often take. So take a break and shape yourself a little differently. This is a great way to do that, because we don't often get to really stretch the shoulders and open up the heart, because we're forward moving people. So that's a great one to do. That's our seated back bend. Now I'll take the arms and cross. Now let me face you here. For this last sequence, eagle arm sequence. One of my favorite to stretch the back of the shoulder. So we'll take the arms wide and then bring your right forearm vertical. We'll bring the left arm underneath, so crossing at the elbow if that's possible. And if you bend the elbow, you're going to make a little hook here. press the elbows into each other. So you're creating a resistance outward like that, okay? But they're hooked, so you're gonna stay in place. This is a great place to stay, where you can close the gap and bring the back of the palms together. Also, you could twist and bring the palms together. So there's a few variations there. Be sure to choose the one that's most accessible for you today in this moment. Inhale, raise the elbows. And then exhale, tuck the elbows in, drop the head forward. We'll do that twice more. Taking a deep breath in, raise the elbows. I'm moving about 6 inches with the head, shoulders, and elbows. Inhale, raise. Exhale, lower. I'm not going too far, too fast, but just feeling the full range of motion here. Inhale, lift. Now on this next one, we'll take it right down in and bow forward. So you're actually taking a fuller breath. Hold. So you feel the breath across the shoulders, opening the back of the heart. Direct opposition to opening the front of the heart. Inhale, come back to center. We'll do that one more time. Lift to your full range, elbows coming up. And then exhale, draw the elbows in. And we'll pause again, navel towards the spine. Hold for a few breaths. 3 is a great magic number for each of these. That's already 2. And if this creates exacerbation in the low back, if you've got injury here, just keep the spine more neutral. So you'll lean back in your chair slightly. Sit bones heavily weighted, evenly weighted. Now come back up and you're gonna unwind the arm. Remember which one's on. I need to remember which one's on top. We're gonna extend the arms all the way out. So we have the right arm on top right now. And we'll switch that. So left arm comes to center and we're gonna sweep the right arm underneath, crossing at the elbows. Sometimes it's helpful to give yourself a hug, because we need a lot of hugs a day, and this could give you a chance just to feel the warmth, the hug, remembrance, you are loved. And then we'll bring the forearms more perpendicular to the floor, parallel to each other. Back of the hands touching or the front of the hands touching. And we'll do this very same movement, though it will feel slightly different because we have the opposite elbow on top. Inhale, lift. You can even take your gaze to your fingertips and then exhale, drop in. We're going very slight movement, so not huge range, medium range. Exhale, bow forward. With breath, inhale, lift the elbows away from the heart, up to the sky. And just notice the difference when you come forward, what that's feeling like and where you are getting the most stretch. Inhale last time, lifting up. And this time we'll exhale forward and hold for a few breaths. So we're deepening the posture, leaning more forward. So you'll feel the weight in the back of the thighs, more forward on the sit bones than back. Again, if that bothers your low back, come upright, take the pressure off the low back. Otherwise, tone the navel and help hold that posture with your core. Inhale, bring it back up to center. And let's take a full range upward, elbows to the sky, reaching. And then exhale one last time in your deeper forward fold. And some friends may even want to come all the way to the thigh. I'm going to rest right here in between. It's already 2 breaths. One more time. And come back to center. And release the hands. The elbows are going to uncross. And we'll open the heart and chest. Place your hands outside, and we'll take one more heart opener outside onto the chair. Press down, shoulders back, lift the heart. Full breath in. Exhale, hold and pause. And inhale, come back to center. Place the hands on the knees. Notice how you feel. That's yoga for energy, yoga for the low back. We'll finish with a twist and go into Shavasana. This 20-minute sequence is something you can do partially, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, or you can do the full sequence at one time. So across left hand to right shoulder, right hand to left shoulder, and then turn your gaze, your eyes. Let's look out of the corner of your left eye, and that will be an impetus for the head to move. So the head starts rotating, and then the torso rotates. And we look all the way behind, out of the corner of the eye. Pause here in the twist. Deep breath in, deep breath out. On your next breath in, only the eyes move forward. So instead of looking at the left corner of your eye, you're going to look out the right corner of the eye. And then back again to the left. And then twist a little deeper. And inhale, come back to center. Pause for a moment. Did you get a little further with the eye movement? I love to do that. So bring the bottom hand and let's take it on top. So my left arm now is on top. Deep breath in, exhale, twist to your right. And we're taking the eyeball first, then the head, then the shoulders, looking out of the corner of your back eye, then sweeping motion, look forward out of the corner of the front eye. And back again. Exhale. Perhaps see if you can twist a little deeper. Full breath in. Exhale, hold. And then we'll gently unwind. Inhale back to center. And then exhale. Bring that palms away. Uncross the arms. And then we'll just cross right wrist over left thigh. Left arm's going to come behind you. Start that twist with your eyes again. So we're looking out of the corner of your eye. The head moves, shoulder. And I'm going to hook the left elbow around the back of my seat, if that's possible. You could also bring the elbow to the back of the chair or to the side and just simply look straight forward. And again, move the eyes from corner to corner and back again. So as we're twisting the torso, we're also getting a little exercise for the eyeballs, and they can always use some extra exercise since we don't get that very often. It can help improve your eyesight. Just come back to center. It also has another very strong benefit of resetting the nervous system. So we'll cross now left wrist against the right thigh, and you'll begin to slowly twist. It's really easy to forget about the eyes. So start with the eye out of the corner of your eye, and then returning back. Hook the elbow, head, neck, and shoulders follow. Full breath in, full breath out. 3 of those. If your breath is short and shallow, see if you can deepen it. Slow it down, tune in, Sweep the eyes forward and sweep the eyes back. Just a little deeper. Full breath, not holding the breath. And then come back to center and revisit this sequence as many times as possible. There's a lot of connection going on and things that we're doing that we may miss the first time around. So my invitation is to practice 3 days a week for 3 weeks in a row, just to get the efficacy of the practice and the whole nuances. And then you can start branching and making up your own movement that feels good to you. So we'll come to just a nice easy chair, easy seat. Sit back so you have some support in the low back here. Still very vertical with the spine, but resting slightly. Hands to the thighs, shoulders relaxed, almost as if somebody's behind you and they're placing their hands on your shoulder in a very loving, gifting way to say, I got your back. All is well. Let the energy move from the crown of the head all the way down into the earth as you plug into your seat, you plug into the feet, and we take a moment to contemplate the energy of the body in Shavasana. Our seated Shavasana, gently close the eyes, relax the jaw, relax the cheek muscles, the face. Bring your awareness to your breath. Also bring your awareness to the heart, the chest, the heartbeat. We'll rest our awareness on a mantra here. On your in-breath, simply in your mind, say the word I. On your exhale, the word am. On your next inhale, the word here. On your next exhale, the word now. So this meditation is I am here now. Breathing in with each word, breathing out. Next word, am here now. Soften the shoulders. I keep the relaxation in the jaw. Am here now. I am here now. In your own mind, continue the mantra, the breath. Noticing when any tension builds, just let it go. For one more minute. One more full mantra. And rest your awareness on your hands, your shoulders, relaxing the jaw. Gently open the eyes. Bring your hands to heart center. Pressing down through the sit bones, allow the low back to lift away from the chair. Thank you so much for spending this time and going along this journey with me. The joy simply is in the journey, one step at a time, towards wellness and healing. Thank you so much. Namaste.